Okay. Welcome to academic studies class. They say find the sum of the roots and the product of the roots of the equation x squared plus 16x minus 1024. Alright. Remember in our last class I taught you how to derive sum and product of roots. Okay, remember when we did this, where we compared, we solved, we said let x be equals to alpha, x equals to beta, since the highest power of quadratic equation is always x squared. And when we did it, putting it inside bracket, crossing over minus, then we did everything. We now try to solve it, expand, we try to expand it, then we got this. And after everything, we compared the coefficients, and we also used our second method. Check my video on deriving sum and product of roots. You understand this better on the channel. So after everything, we got alpha plus beta to be equals to minus b over a. Then we got product of alpha beta to be equals to c over a. So when we are asked to find this sum of alpha and beta and product of alpha and beta, we just need to use what the value is. Sum of it is minus b over a, product of it is equals to c over a. Check my channel to see how to derive this formula step by step. So today we are just solving problems. So I will simply say solution. So we go by saying to find the sum of products, which is alpha plus beta, we need to remember that alpha plus beta is equals to minus b over a. Now in this equation, the first part of the equation, the coefficient here is 1. So a here is 1. Then b here is 16. C here is constant, everything here. The same thing with here. A, this is A, this is B, and this is C. You need to know that. The same thing with when you are solving using that formula method, where we normally do minus b plus or minus root b square minus 4ac over 2a. Will come and be using coefficients for b, for a, and for c. So, and c does not have any variable, it's a constant. So that's the simplest way of applying. So we say alpha plus beta will be equals to, for this first one, which is x squared plus 16x, this is b, I'll say 16 is having minus all over, and always check for the sign following that value. All over a is 1. So this is simply going to be minus 16. Very simple. Very simple. So where the work is learning how to derive alpha and beta. So go and check my video on that. Now for the product of alpha beta here is going to be the same thing as saying alpha beta is equals to c over a. And this is equals to c here is 1024. A here is 1. So it's simply 1024, 1024. Very simple, just like that. Let's look at the second question. 2x squared. So for the second question, the b part, 2x squared plus 3x minus 1. So the sum, that is b part, this is a, question 1. So b part, we have alpha plus beta to be equals to minus b over a. So here this is b, so it's going to be equals to minus 3 over, the coefficient is what we use, over 2. Minus 3 over 2 is something as say minus 1.5, but I like leaving my answer in fraction. So you can use this or you can use this. Very simple. Then the product of alpha beta is going to be equals to c over a. And here c is 1. C is minus 1. Here c is minus 1, not just 1, minus 1. All over. A here is 2. So very simple. And 1 over 2, 1 divided by 2 is around 0.5, if you remember. So this is also equals to minus 0.5. But I like leaving my answer in fraction. So that is it. That is how to solve this. So the second question said determine the nature of the equation 9x squared minus 12x plus 4 equals to 0. So to determine question 2, to determine the nature of equation, the nature of a quadratic equation, if it's cubic, you do the same thing that we're going to do but using the formula. So to determine the nature of a quadratic equation, we look at the formula, which is minus b plus or minus root b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So we use this equation, and what we normally take is the discriminant. This thing you see here that we have roots, this is root b squared minus 4ac. This thing is called the discriminant. If the values you get from putting everything inside the square root alone is equals to 0, that means that you have values that are two values that are equal to 0, or you say two values that are not distinct, that are the same. While if the values, after solving this, you get value that is greater than 0, it means that the nature of the equation, I did not say the value, but the nature of the equation will be such that at the end of the day you have two distinct real values such that it will be in the positive side. But if at the end of the day you solve this thing like this and it is less than 0, it means that it will have no real roots or no real values. Okay, let's check what we mean. Let's check and see what I mean. I said if it's equals to 0, you have equal roots, or you say equal values. If it's greater than 0, you have two distinct roots or two distinct values. Then if it's less than 0, you have no real value or no real roots. So let's check it. Let's say in this question where we have, let's say for the first one, we have 9x squared minus 12x plus 4. This is A here, this is B, this is C. So let's try to check. Put this inside this, just this part. If we put this inside this part, you see that this will become 12 squared minus 4 times A is 9. And notice that B here is minus, sorry. Then C is 4. This is 9. So let's solve. Let's see what we have there. 12 times 12 is 144. So we have 144 minus 4 times 9 times 4 is also minus 144. 144 minus 144 is root 0. Are you seeing it? Root 0. So this is giving me root 0, which means that it is equals to 0. If it's equals to 0, we say that it will have equal roots, or you say equal values. So let's check. We've gotten this part now. Let's come and do this. Remember that this part is this thing that we did here. It determines the nature of an equation. So we can always use it to check the nature of equation. So when we say and see that we solve and see that it's 0, we can just say it will have two equal values for x. But how I can still solve further. Let's now put this. Remember that b here is 12 minus 12. So let's put this. It will be this part, everything about this part is 0. So I have minus, and here is minus 12 plus or minus 0 all over 2a. This is going to give me the same thing as saying plus 12 over, and a is what? A is 9 over 18. So we now have 2 go here, 6, 2 go here, 9, 2 go here, 3, 2 go here, sorry, 2 can't go here, but 3 go here, 2, sorry, then 3 go here, 3. We just have 2 over 3. So you can see that if I do this, I'll have yes. So if I do this, I just have one value. So I have one value, which means that if it is equal to 0, sorry, which means that if it's equals to 0, if this part is equals to 0, I will have just one root. That's what it means. Sorry, I have just one value for my x. I'll have just one value for my x, because there is no longer anything to do plus or minus. 0 does not have plus or minus. So if it's equals to 0, so if I notice this part, just this discriminant, if it's equals to 0, if the discriminant is equals to 0, I will have just one value. I have just one value for x. So the nature here, the nature of this equation is just that it is of a value. It is just one value. But let's check when it is less than, for example, when it's less than 0 or greater than 0. So let's use the second part of the equation. See this part, 2x² minus 9x plus 4. So for the b part, 2x² minus 9x plus 4. So we'll just bring out the discriminant, which is b² minus 4ac. Only it's over, yes, that's just it. That's just what we're bringing out. So only the discriminant is what we're bringing out. So this is b, this is a, this is c. Always know this. So I'll put it, b here is minus 9 square, which is the same thing as saying 9 raised to power 2 is 81. It will change to positive 81 minus 4 times 2 times 4. Let's do that. 4 times 2 times 4, 32 minus 32. So this is going to give me 81 minus 32. So this is giving me 51. Wonderful. Let's do something. Then I have 9 times, so I have 4 times 2 times 4, 32. 2x minus 9x plus 1. This is 2x squared. Okay. Root 51. Root 51 is giving me 7.14, which is approximately 7. So 7 is greater than 0. So you see that the discriminant here, b² minus 4ac, is greater than 0. So for that fact, I will have the nature of this equation is that I will have 2 real values of x. I have 2 real values, or even if I don't say 2 real values, I can say I'll have 2 values. I can say I will have 2 values for x, or 2 values of x. Yes. The reason is that by the time I come and do now, remember b square b minus b plus or minus b square minus 4ac over 2a. This part already is 7. Plus or minus b here is minus 9 all over 2a. So notice that, and a here is 2. So notice that this is going to give me the same thing as saying minus 9 plus or minus 7 all over 4. Now this is the same thing as saying minus 9 plus 7 over 4, or minus 9 minus 7 all over 4. Are you seeing that I have 2 values already? So it's important to know that that is how you determine the nature of a quadratic equation. So I can do this now. Minus 9 plus 7 will give me minus 2 over 4. 2 here, 1. 2 here, 2. So minus 1 over 2. Or minus 9 minus 7. If I carry 1, put it 10 Okay, I'll get minus 16 over 4. Yes. Yes, so 4 here 1, 4 here 4. So I get all 4. So you see, I'm getting minus, yes, minus, I'm getting minus 4 and minus 1 over 2. So you can see that I have two values for x. So let's check for when it is okay. For the other part, for the third part, let's solve another equation. Okay, you can very well see that this is going to give me root b square minus 4ac. Now this is going to be the same thing as saying this is b, a, c. So this is going to be the same thing as saying 5 square minus 4 into a is 2, then c is 4. The same thing we did here. So this is going to be the same thing as saying 25 minus 32. So 25 minus 32 is going to give me, if you carry minus 7. Yes. So 32 minus 25, yes, minus 7. So you can see that this is plus or minus. Notice that this is not a real value. Are you seeing it? This is not a real number, because what we are having here now is an imaginary number. So you see that by the time we come and put the other part, which is minus b plus or minus all over 2a, whatever you are doing here, so you can solve this one as assignment. Whatever you do here, you can see that you very well already have this. So in summary, once your root b square minus 4ac equals 0, you have one value, and it's going to be one real value for x. When that is when then when root b square minus 4ac is greater than 0, you have two real values for x. Then when root b square minus 4ac less than 0, you have no real values for x. So with that said, okay, now that we've done this, we still have time. I was checking my time. So I have minus b, this is minus 5 plus or minus root minus 7 all over 2a. And notice that this is the same thing as saying minus 5 plus root minus 7 all over 2a, or minus 5 minus root minus 7, sorry, let's do it here, or minus 5 minus root minus 7 all over 2a. Are you seeing it? So it's not up to you to go and be suffering yourself. So but you can see that these are not real values, because this is complex number. Now I have it in the form of complex number. I have the real part and the imaginary parts, so you can see it. So that is how to determine the nature of a quadratic equation. So if they ever ask you to determine that of cubic equation, you use the cubic formula and apply the same principle. So with that said, remember to like, share and subscribe. Thank you. Academic Guardian. Remember to like, share and subscribe. Solve on your own.